Hey guys, Josh Blottin in the house. I'm here with James Cant. If you don't know James Cant, guys, he is Australia's first ever men's physique IFBB pro. So it's an honour to be with James. I'll put up a photo so you guys can see, but we're going to be training delts, and I'll put up a photo so you can see James's delts. He's got boulders. So James, welcome to Iron Lifestyle YouTube channel. So what's next with you?
Look,
so you won your pro card?
Yeah, won my pro card in March, and that was an awesome experience. I've previously just been over to the Arnold Classic in America, and that was also awesome. And now pretty much I'm just shredding down for a shoot with Muscle and Fitness.
Nice.
Hopefully I got a decent feature in there. And then pretty much from then on in, I'm just going to be bulking, trying to get bigger for the pro show next year, when I'm hopefully going to make my pro debut in July. So I'm absolutely stoked to be able to do that. I'm really excited.
Would that be?
That's going to be over in America somewhere. I haven't actually picked which show I'm going to do yet, but I'm going to do one, and it's going to be in July.
So what's your current weight when you step on stage?
I'm actually not sure, to be perfectly honest. It's probably somewhere around the 86 to 88 kilo mark, you know, somewhere between like 3, 4, 5% body fat.
So off season, what would you sort of sit at?
Off season fluctuates. Depends how fat I get. Depends how much push my missus lets me put on. But normally I'll sit around about 92, 94 kilos at about 8% or so, around that mark.
Okay. So this is your gym.
This is my gym. Clean health, mate. Cannot wait.
All right, guys, get ready.
Have to deal with the zombies. They keep biting my neck.
So today, guys, the first exercise we did was the overhead press. Now this overhead press, we're just using a plain old barbell. We got up to about 60 kgs. What we're really focusing on is we're trying to just contract our delts as much as possible. So by doing that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring our scapulas back, yeah?
Yep.
So we can really hit our delts. We're not gonna use any traps, we're not gonna try to use any chest. We're gonna use minimal triceps, so we just wanna push it up as fast as we can, get the biggest contraction, and then draw it down on the eccentric to focus on that, that eccentric contraction where you turn a heap of muscle fibers.
A lot slower.
A lot slower, a lot more focused. So that's why we're doing the first overhead press.
Yep. Yep.
Alright, and then the second exercise we did, we were doing, what were we doing, Josh? We were doing the neutral grip dumbbell
neutral
press
grip dumbbell
with fat grips.
Superset with fat grip, upright row.
Superset with fat grip upright row. The reason why we're using fat grips is because it actually recruits a different set of muscle fibers. It also helps hypertrophy your forearms, which, it's not really essential, but it really does help a lot. So we're doing that. We're doing the neutral grip because it's also going to recruit a different lot of muscle fibers compared to the the push press. Now we're doing pronated grip over on the push press, so that's why I went to the neutral grip.
Yep.
By doing the neutral grip, yeah, you're going to hit different fibers. You're going to just train the muscle in a different way, which is going to encourage it to grow a lot more. And then we're doing the upright row, which is going to try and hit mostly a bit of our front delt, and a little bit of our medial, and a little bit of our rear delt. And so we just pretty much we just wanted to fatigue as many muscle fibers as we possibly could. We're all doing that within the 6 to 8 really rep range, all going to failure.
Ensuring that our elbows, as James keeps telling me, guys, as we were doing it, keep your elbows flared out. Don't lift with your traps, just to really contract your deltoids.
So guys, the last exercise that we were doing was the bent over rear delt fly. So what we're doing is just grabbing a pair of dumbbells, bending over on the seat, and we're just trying to contract our rear delts as much as we can. Now the main takeaway from this I want you to get is to squeeze the handles. I want you to keep constant tension on your muscles. If you don't have tensions, you're not going to hit your muscle fibers to the maximum degree that you can. When I was over in Columbus, I had the pleasure of training over at Westside Barbell, and that's one of the things that I took away from there, is that if you want to contract your muscles such as your rear delt really properly, you've got to grip and squeeze on the object which you're holding. Yeah? So what I want you to do is to draw it back and squeeze as hard as you can. That was then supersetted with...
We're about to get run over here, guys, by a car while we're filming this.
So that was then supersetted with cable lateral raises, and pretty much what you want to do is the same thing. We just want to think about tension the whole way, not using any momentum. We just want to keep it nice and straight, keep your trap too contracted, your scapula back, and we just hit your rear delts and your medial delts with that. So there you go, guys. possible, make your waist look really narrow. You got to suck in and squeeze in your abs. Then we go around to the side blades. Same thing. And then we want to pick that stratus. All your sides and your legs off. When you're on the side, it's wide, make your chest look big. You're going to have a big cheesy smile too. Then we go around the back.
That. Look at that. Beautiful.
And then we come back around. Same thing on this side.
Perfect.
Back to front. I'm going to go home after this. I'm going to go hit some red meat, going to hit some probably a little bit of MCT oil, medium chain triglyceride oil, and probably a little bit of coconut oil or butter.
So any carbs?
No carbs at all. At the moment I'm doing a keto diet, a ketosis diet, which pretty much means I'm not having any carbs at all, or probably less than about 10 grams of carbs for me. And what I want to do is I want to teach my body to run off fat. I want to encourage it to use fat more efficiently. By doing this I don't actually get any blood sugar changes really, so that means I never feel really hungry, I never feel super energetic, or I never feel down. You never get any sugar crashes or any changes in energy. And it's awesome as well as I burn an absolute heap of fat, like so much fat. I also strip off a lot of water, and I maintain my strength and size quite well. If you're on a low calorie diet and you're using carbohydrates, I find a lot of people actually lose a lot of size. I prefer to use like a high fat diet because I maintain my size really well by getting my protein up and my fats up. So yeah, that's what works for me. It's not for everyone, but it certainly works for me. It's what I've used for the majority of my preps now.
Awesome. All right, James. Thanks for having us, mate. It's been awesome. Good chat, and we'll see you guys soon. Later.